this is a program I've already shown this to you. And then in the meanwhile, I'll just explain about the gaming thing. I'll just connect this. Watch. Butterpiece channel. Reload. Reload చేస్తున్నాను అప్పుడు వస్తుంది 2x పెట్టి. So first we'll just go with the basic games because I didn't have that much time to develop the advanced games. So first let's go with the commonly played Subway Surfs. So in a Subway Surf, there are why I chose Subway Surf over Temple Run is Temple Run has this like barrier changing and the side changing. Subway Surf is a linear path going in, so it's like less of obstacle done. But the problem with the Subway Surf is that you have to go down, jump, and then there's a person. Like everything is same, but you have some other like boost ups to it. And then more basic to this game is Fruit Ninja.
Okay.
The very old game of the Android. I can use a Flappy Bird here, but if I use a Flappy Bird, it's similar to the It's similar to the Dino game which I play here. So if I run my cruise module again, so what happens is that this is generally a spacebar thing.
Okay.
So if I just give my hand like this, just jumps. So there's a delay actually. Many programs are waiting. It's like there's a delay here. And why there's a delay, I'll just because in background I'm running this BlueStacks. So why I chose BlueStack over other is first thing it's free and then easy to use.
And of course the laptop is
Laptop.
32 or
Sorry,
it's 32 GB or 64 or what's the laptop?
4 GB RAM.
4 GB RAM. Like it's a very old. Like as I said, I just want to make a
Yes,
server and
got it,
compatible
got
thing.
it,
But
yeah,
since you have asked for gaming, I just opted for this.
Yeah.
So those things can be played. So what I've done is that if you see the code, let's go with the Fruit Ninja actually. Ready? Yeah. Latency check just soon. So in the Fruit Ninja, what we do is we swipe the things according to
Got
what
it,
we
yeah.
need. So previously when I've shown you the differentiator program, that's how it looks like in the picture. So when we click on something and then when we move it, the click carries away from one point of the helical to the other point of the helical. I'll explain more in that.
Okay.
So when that things happen, a swipe happens. So that swipe can go from left to right or right to left or like any direction. So that's what I mentioned here. This program is all in a single palette. Like everything works on the single logic. But the only thing is how we customize it according to what we need. So right now I have it for 3 games. And one is a general one which you can customize later according to what we need. So this is the palette which I followed. Yeah, so left and right. So how does this work is some talking tom, what they say, Subway Surf copy game where it goes left and right, left and dodge the things. So these are simple commands given. And then coming to Fruit Ninja, we added a swipe thing.
Okay. Is
So
there
it-
something we can see?
Ma'am, actually this thing, like I've shown the Dino before because this thing cannot be run right now.
Got it. You said right. Okay.
If I run, I'll just show it if I run what happens. Just show your hand. It stuck. Remove your hand. No? It works fine. Okay?
Got it. Okay.
The processor doesn't support it. It's like having a like old PlayStation 1 with a PlayStation 5 game. So if I show my hand, this is a gesture which it has to capture, like for the swiping and everything for it to show. But since I'm showing it, like it cannot process my gesture, so it stops processing until there. When I remove it, it detects it that I removed the from it because this is a machine learning program, not an artificial. If it is an artificial intelligence program, what happens is that it takes the feed and then processes it and gives a delay output. But since it's a machine learning, it identifies that there's a hand and I shouldn't take a gesture.
What?
Yep. బియ్యాన్ని పెట్టానా ఫస్ట్ టైం లేదు మళ్ళీ మేడం వెళ్ళాలి So it identifies my hand and says that okay, I shouldn't take this input. So I'll just stop until here, and it waits until the hand or the thing like hand goes away, and then when it goes away, the frame per second again
Okay.
comes back.
Got it.
And why I mentioned frame per second is this is the most important.
Yeah, that for gaming, yeah.
form.
This is the one which is used.
So this is how it works, and similar thing happens in the Subway Surf also. But these are all a sitting and playing game. But in Subway Surf we have included a feature of like stand play,
Okay.
because we have also we have also incorporated the VR here. Ma'am, to this somehow. Let me first
So,
explain this.
okay.
So you can play the Subway Surf in this. Like you can have the screen and everything here, and you don't need to have any consoles, because my main motive is to eliminate all the hardware thing.
Yeah.
Like we can have the minimal required hardware,
Required hardware and then.
and then replacing it over time according to how this progresses. So what happens is, for example, like this may look funny, but say this is the vertical point, that is the y-axis, and x-axis is me, like my straight line, and the z-axis is the space around me. So this should be my middle point,
Yeah.
and when I move to my left, or when I jump to my left, like that's how the player works there. So we should be acting according to the player. I'll just send this codes forward to you, like if it is possible, like if you want to see.
Okay.
Like you can check it out in the system. And check it out in the BlueStack itself. That's what I recommend, because that's what we did this for. So if you jump there or if you move that side, like how I divided the frame
Yeah.
this side and that side. Instead, I defined a body statement here, like how a stickman works.
Yeah.
Stickman doesn't have many helical structures. Like how does a hand have 20 helical structures? So I move left, the character moves left in the virtual reality, and similar thing to the right. And if you jump from, like for example, this is a middle point, and if your head and like a middle part of the body goes beyond up a bit, the character also jumps. And if you dive in below this point, this is I'm just using as an imaginary point.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how it is framed there, and which we cannot see. So you have to stick to, for the restriction is you have to stick to one place and then play it.
Yeah.
Then dock under it, and then the player also will dock. So I didn't add the feature of skateboard and other things because the constraints.
Got it. Yeah.
So this is about it. And then the third one is hill climbing. Why I included this is that some games also have this called, like hill climbing has this feature of gas. Like we just go accelerate, brake and everything, but also it has a feature of gas. So this gas feature can be used in the RPG games. Like we can replace the bullets, like I replace the bullets instead of gas here.
Yeah.
So this feature when it is added and when it is like mixed with this and replaced with the RPG games, so then what happens here is that we can also like
Can you see the demo? We're taking a
Yes,
lot of
sure.
time.
ma'am, you understood the
I
basics.
got it.
I think we can conclude within 1-2 minutes. Yeah,
Sure,
one
ma'am.
minute,
Yeah, just if
yeah. Yeah.
ma'am, I'll just explain how it works.
Yeah.
This is not Oculus or some pro
Got
versions.
it.
So if you wear it, if you cannot see anything, it's a button down here. Please press it.
Okay.
Balaji, pass.
Okay, I can see whatever is in front of me.
Just ma'am, stand up and just hold that
Move
up.
around.
If you cannot see anything, just press the button down there.
Are you in front of me? No.
Ma'am, there will be a delay, ma'am.
There is a 2 to 3 seconds delay because of the ping in the.
So watching.
This is like I told you about the Iron Man thing, right?
Yeah.
So this is how it works. For example, if I log this particular person or madam or sir,
Okay.
so instead of the person and the numbers which is shown is accuracy of how much it is detecting.
Okay.
So for the reliability.
Okay.
So if I log on to the sir or madam, like having their data, so then instead of the person, like already the facial recognition system is available in the market.
Okay.
But incorporating here, we can just see their name, and then if you just zoom in more to them, you can also see the biodata of the profile which they updated in their particular.
If updated. Okay.
If updated.
Got it.
Ma'am, this is not 100% accuracy. Sometimes
Got it, got it.
if you see the fan, it says an aeroplane or some like
Got it.
it just helicopter, because it identifies in the particular shape type of thing.
Got it.
Because it's not an image recognition,
Got it.
so it just need to be trained a bit more.
But why not image recognition? Why
Uh,
don't you use it?
If I've shown you in the difference between the left and the right hand, right?
Okay.
So if I just do my left hand like this, it doesn't identify this as a left hand. should be identified as a fish or something, that should be again trained in the image.
No, image processing generally identifies left and
Like
right.
if I just show like this and say this is the left hand or right hand, will it identify?
I hope so.
It doesn't identify, unless and until it is somewhat like that bigger scale image processing thing.
Oh yeah, so because we use DALI, which is Microsoft's own product, and this is recently we have made it GA, and I did a demo for it. So
Okay.
it does identify mirror
But
reflection.
DALI is
as
a
well.
different league
Yeah.
what we are doing.
Okay, got it.
This is a
You should
type
have used
prototype
okay.
and that is a completed product of
Completed product, you're right.
where some amount of XYZ engineers are working on.
Got it.
So if we develop this particular thing in that scale, then maybe results would be much better than that. I don't say we are competing.
Got it. No.
So here,
So finally, let's summarize it, okay?
so summarizing it, like everything should be in one place.
One hardware is what your team is all
Exactly. So, like as Araman has done, that so this is Proton. So this should be incorporated with this, but since this machine is like clocking, we have separated this for that. So what happens to this is that we can call like I told I named my projects Cruise, Icarus, Malinki, Sapphire, and these all and Proton.
Yeah.
If you just call out to Proton and ask a Proton, please open Grace or please activate Grace or like whatever the command is issued to it and whatever command you try it. It activates Grace. Grace is nothing but the one which controls the hardware thing. You can control it. And if you want to stop some Grace, stop it.
Got it. Based on the need and necessity.
Based on the need. And you can also do it for the YouTube, like the cruise, that is a multimedia or the TV control thing. And finally,
We have one more. Then we have really high count for high voice. Yeah. So no, I got it. I understood Sapphire completely.
so this is the final thing of which you can see on the surface.
Okay.
This is a complete, no ma'am, just see this in the panel. This is a complete mouse control where I have replaced the touchpad with your like hand. No, like,
I've seen it I think before as well. Like
no,
when
this
I
has also the key control here. For example.
touch and drag and drop.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
Got
all the features are incorporated. How a touchpad works, you can use your hand in the same
Got
way.
it. Got it.
So this will be the final thing of it.
Good.
So
Good.
this is Sapphire.
Good.
And thanks for the idea of Xbox incorporation.
Yeah. Sure.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bro, ఇప్పుడు ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళాలి? ఇవన్నీ మనకి సెట్ సంబంధం ఇంట్లో ఓపెన్ ఉంటుంది
ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ చేసి
Close this. अब स्विचेस ऑफ చేయముందు